Hey everyone, welcome back to Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. And we're heading into the weekend, and we're going to get some nice weather here in Colorado. So, looking forward to that. It's been a long winter, and when the weather turns and you start seeing some sun and some temperatures in the mid to high 60s, it's golf season. So, looking forward to that. So what do I've got here today? I've got Sagamore Spirit Rye 8-year. So Sagamore Spirit 8-year is well, first of all, it's sourced from MGP. And if you've watched some of my other videos, you know how highly I think of MGP and most of the spirits that get distilled out of that company in Indiana. Many companies source their whiskey from MGP, so it's a massive distillery in Indiana, and they produce under one roof, an amazing array of whiskey, different mash bills that various companies want. So in this case, Sagamore contracted with MGP for this rye. It's actually a blend of two ryes, one of which is 95% rye and then 5% malted barley. So part of the blend is, almost 100% rye grain. Then another part of the blend is 51% rye and then corn and a little bit malted barley. So it's a blend sourced from MGP, as I said. It's 114.9 proof. So we've got a great proof point on this whiskey. It's been matured for 8 years. So let's get into this Sagamore Spirit 8-year-old rye and see what we've got here. Oh my gosh. Very sweet nose. Kind of surprising considering the very, very high rye content here. This is not just a straight rye whiskey with 51% rye, so it can legally be called a rye. As I said, part of this blend is 95% rye. Caramel. There's definitely a spice note here that I'm still working on trying to pull out. We'll get into a sip and we'll try to start try to pull out more of the aromas and flavors. But there's a spice component there that I'm not quite getting a handle on yet. The nose is beautiful. I mean, I could sit here and sip and swirl and sniff this pretty much all day long. Wow, beautiful. Definitely spicy, but not overwhelming. Maybe it's like clove or something like that. That's the spice component. Ryes are interesting. I generally use ryes in cocktails. I don't usually sit around and sip on rye a lot. I do occasionally, but I love using rye in my cocktails as opposed to bourbon because in cocktails, usually the mixers and the things that you're adding to the cocktail are going to be sweet. And then you don't want to add a liquor that's also sweet. And a lot of times bourbons can be sweeter, whereas ryes can be much more floral or spicy and have other flavor components, sometimes minty or spearmint, things like that that you can pull out of ryes. So I love to use ryes in cocktails, but don't necessarily always sip on ryes neat. This is my favorite rye, bar none. This is amazing. Get another sip here. Huge dark chocolate punch. So you've got sweetness, some caramel that you don't expect in a rye with this level of rye content. So a lot of caramel. We've got this spicy kind of clove note going through it. There's something else in the nose that I'm still working on. But on the palate, we've got spice, sweetness, dark chocolate. This rye is so nice. Guys, you know, this rye, if you're a little bit skittish with ryes and you feel like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to sit around and sip on a rye. I mean, to me, this is the kind of rye that kind of rewrites the book on rye whiskey, and that it's not just a mixer to make a highball with or whatever. Complex, beautiful spice notes, sweet. Like I said, I'm getting a dark chocolate character to this. Fantastic proof point, but it doesn't really drink super hot. It drinks velvety smooth, with a lot of complex character to it. I mean, this is a rye that you can just sit and sip with, and maybe if you want to put it on an ice ball, a big ice ball, that'd be fantastic as well. So to sum this up, Sagamore Spirit 8-year-old rye sourced out of MGP. It's a fantastic blend, 8-year rye whiskey that has sweetness, spice, but not over the top spiciness, dark chocolate notes. This is an absolutely delicious rye whiskey. I could not recommend more. I am going to be hunting many more Sagamore Spirit products because they've got a double oak rye that I want to get my hands on, but I don't see it a lot around here. So we'll see. I'll find it. It's not ultra rare or anything like that. And if I have to buy it online, I'll do that. But I'm definitely going to be seeking out more Sagamore Spirit products. This is that good. So if they make something this good, you almost kind of feel like everything else that they make has to be decent. So I'll leave you with that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what your favorite rye whiskey is. I'd love to hear that because I'd love to, potentially go out and source some more rye whiskey that you think is fantastic sipping whiskey. Take care. Have a great Friday and a great weekend. And thanks for tuning in to Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf. Bye.